In today's tutorial, we are going to be designing Web3 flyer right here in Photoshop. And if you're a pixel app designer or you're somebody that uses mobile phone to design, I've done this same design on pixel app. So you can check Web3 flyer design on smartphone. I use pixel app to achieve that. But in today's tutorial, I'm going to be using Photoshop, right? And by the way, this is my first Photoshop tutorial on this channel, and subsequently as we go on I'll be dropping Photoshop tutorials once in a while. So yeah, we are going to be designing, as you can see the thumbnail here, we are going to be designing this web3 flyer right here. So let's go over to new files, and as you can see we already have some presets here. I'll just go over to my width and I'm going to enter 2560 on the width, and remember it's pixels that we're using, and the height is 1500, right? Okay, 1500, that's it. And yeah, the orientation is going to be landscape, and we can leave every other thing here like that. Just click on create, and right now, sorry for that, let me write down, this is our canvas here, and we will start by bringing in our elements and all of that. And if this is your first time coming across my channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and engage. All right, so let's get started. I'll go over to file and place embedded, and I'm going to start bringing in the image we'll be working with. And as you can see, I already have some images here. These are the files I'm going to be working with, and just in case you want them, you can let me know in the comment section. I will give you link to my Telegram channel where you can get resources like this for free, or you can check on the about section on my YouTube channel here, and you'll be able to join without me helping you out. So yeah, let's start with this. I'm going to click on this and place it. Yeah, so I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to rotate it. But because we want accuracy, I'm going to hit Ctrl Z or Ctrl Z on Windows. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the shift key, and this is going to allow us rotate it by 45 degrees. As you can see, the accuracy is wonderful. So something like this, and yeah, I'm going to hit OK, and I'll just make sure I fill the whole canvas with this image here. I'm just going to fill the whole canvas with this image. So we have something like this, and I think this is good already. I'm just going to hit enter, and I'm going to click Ctrl 2, right? I guess I got that. Let me go to okay, that's not it, sorry for that. I was actually using Illustrator shortcuts on Photoshop. Sorry for that. So this is the shortcut here, lock layers, but we can just come directly here and lock it because I don't want to uh, move it mistakenly. So I'll go ahead again to file and then place embedded, and I'm going to bring in this one. I name it coin wallet. I got these images on Pinterest, right? I'm going to hit OK, and like I did before, hold down the shift key and you can get a precise rotation. I'm going to scale up this also, and I'm going to make it like the first because I want it to fill up the canvas too. Yeah, something like this, something like this. I'm going to hit OK, I think this is way too big. Let me just hold down shift and drag it like this. Let me just put it around here. I'm going to do that again. Shift and then click on these edges. I'm just going to make it way smaller. Sorry, hold down the alt. I'm just going to place this in the middle, like here. Let's keep it like this and hit OK. Then I'll go over to my layers and I'm going to change the blend mode from normal to screen. As you can see that I'm going to hit OK. Then I'll go to the opacity right here and I'm going to reduce the opacity. Let's say 30. Let's just enter 30 right there. Yeah, this is fine, but I think it's still way too visible. Let's try 20. 20. Sorry, that's 200. So this is 20. Yeah, don't think that's too bad. Not too bad anyway. I'm just going to place it like this. So yeah, this is what we have here, and I'll also lock it. Just it. And I'm going to lock it also, and I'll go again. Place embedded, and I'll bring in this Chrome boy here. Hit OK. For this one, I'm going to resize it. Hold alt and then click on any of these edges so that sorry for that. So just hold down the alt button and drag like this so that you don't stretch it on the wrong angle. So let me keep it something like this. I'll hit OK. Then hold down shift and go to any of these angles until you see that rotation icon here like this. So I'm going to hold down shift because I want it to rotate 45 degrees. Right, I hope I got that. Okay, let's keep it something like, I think this is okay. Let me just rotate it a little bit without holding down the shift key. So yeah, okay. And this is what we have right here. I'm just going to bring this to this corner and I'll resize it again. I want it to be a little bit bigger like this. I'm going to keep it around here and hit OK. Let me zoom out so that I can see my layers very well. Okay, so just like before, I love locking my layers, most especially if the things I'm importing, I'm not going to touch them like that in the long run. Maybe when we come back to adjustment, I'll unlock them. So go to file again and place embedded. This time we'll bring in this 4 here. As you can see, all of them, I removed the background for. Of course, you can remove background here in Photoshop, but I already removed the background of these elements before bringing them to Photoshop. So you can download them if you join my Telegram channel, and there are different apps for removing background. And like I said, you can remove backgrounds in Photoshop, but for this one, I already removed the background before using them. So I'm going to bring this one a little lower like this, and I'll come to this layer. I'm going to drag it below this Chrome board that we have here so that it's behind it, as you can see. But from what we have so far, I think this Chrome board is small compared to what I actually want. I think it's small, so let me unlock it and I'm going to make it far bigger. I'm going to increase the size like this. Let me say something like this is okay. Then I'm going to bring it down like this. Lock, and I'm going to unlock this 4 that we have here and move it slightly to the left. Yeah, I think that's okay. Lock. Now what we are going to do is, I think we still have one thing to bring in. Let's quickly bring that in. I think this should be the last element that we are going to import. Yeah, this is the flare. So yeah, as you can see, we have this. Let's bring it in front. As you can see, this flare has background, right? But we don't want the background here. So what is going to happen is I'm just going to drop it here, and while the flare is selected, go over to the blending mode here and change it from normal to screen, and you see that the background disappears. So we can place it here like this. Hold down the alt key and click on any of these edges to scale it down equally like this. And I'm going to bring it around here. I want to drop it somewhere like this. Yeah, I think that's okay. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to hold alt. So I'm going to hold down the alt key and I'm going to drag it to make a duplicate. I'm going to keep it somewhere like this. Then I'll hold down the alt key again and resize it this time to make it way smaller. Let me position it around here. And I'll reduce the opacity from 100 to say 50. I'm going to reduce the opacity to 50 and hit enter. So yeah, we now have something like this. Whoa, I think that's absolutely cool. And next up we have, okay, there's something that needs to be done here. Let me lock this stuff so that I don't. Now go to your rectangle tool. I have my rectangle tool here. I'm just going to select the rectangle tool and I'm going to drag over like this. I'm going to drag over like this and I'll hit V for the move tool. I'm just going to hit V. Okay, let's change that from here. Right, V for shortcut for move tool. So for this this thing, we don't want stroke. So as you can see, there's no stroke here. I don't want any stroke on this shape, so I'm going to place it in the middle around here, and let me resize it like this. Let me resize it like this. I'm going to drop it around here. Okay, then what is going to happen is I'll hold the alt key and I'm going to click on this shape and drag it to the right to make a duplicate. As you can see that, I'll keep it there. I'm going to hold down alt again and still do the same thing. So we have 3 shapes here. Then I'm going to change the colors for them. I'm going to give this one say yellow color, and yeah, that's okay. Then the middle one here, I'm going to give it red, this red color. I'm fine with that. For this one, let's leave the white. So what is going to happen is I'll click on this first rectangle and hold down the shift key and then click on the last one here, and all of the shapes will be selected. Then hit Ctrl G to make a group so that you can move. Sorry, yeah, so this is, we have selected everything into a group. I can just select all of them like this and I can move them I'm going to keep it around here, and I'll resize it because it's too big for what I want it for. I'm going to resize it like this. I think that's the size is okay. Then I'm going to drop it somewhere around here. That's fine. And I'm also going to lock the group as usual. So I'm just going to zoom in here, or is that zoom out, anyway you put it. Just hold down the alt key while using your middle mouse button, that is the scroll wheel, to scroll. Scrolling forward will make your canvas bigger, and when you go back, when you're scrolling backwards, it makes it smaller. So I'm just going to do this, and I'll hit T for, I'm going to T. Come on, why is my, let me select that by myself anyway. So for the type 2, I'm just going to hit here, and I'll write stay tuned, and okay. I'll go back to my move tool. I'm just going to hit Ctrl T for the move tool, and I'm going to scale this down like this. I want the text to be at the same length like the shape we have below. Anyway, I think let me just position it in the middle like this. I think that will be fine. Let's see. So to fit to canvas, just hold Ctrl and press 0 to fit to the screen. So I think that's way too big. I'm going to reduce the text. So tap on it, Ctrl T for the control. Transform to, that was too big, so I want something that is small, like this. Yeah, this is fine, and I'm going to lock it, and I'll come back to this group here, this shape that I have here, and I'm going to control, after selecting it, Control T, and I'm going to make it small also. I'm going to make it small. All right, I think that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Let me lock it, and I'll unlock this text and bring it down a little bit like this, and lock. Yeah. So next up, we are going to use the type tool again. I'm going to place in here this one all caps also, and I'm going to write this. Sorry, that's not all caps. Days to go. Yeah, we have something like this. Okay. Alright, then I'll go over to this tab over here for the fonts. Okay, let's go with what we have here. So here's the font I'm going to use, Clash Grotesque, and I'm going to change the weight to let me see. Okay, I think this is fine. This is fine. It's fine. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to hold the Alt, right, and I'm going to make it big like this. Then come over to the properties panel here. This is the leading, so I'm going to reduce the leading. As you can see, they are way too far, the one above and the one below, just too far. So I'm just going to click here. As you can see, you will see these two stuffs here that appear here. So let me set this first. As you can see, this forward and back arrow. I'm just going to hold down my right mouse button and drag it on the left side. As you can see, the leading is changing. So yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Alt and then drag it to make it bigger. Sorry. Hold down Alt and then drag to make bigger. So this is what I want right here, and I'm going to keep it like this and hit OK. Then I'll come over here and drag down this text below, behind the Chrome board that we have. Where is that Chrome board? Okay, yes, let's drag it behind there and lock it. Then for this Chrome ball, I'm going to unlock the Chrome ball here and take it below like this, so that it doesn't cover everything that we have here. Yes, and lock. So yeah, this is what we have so far. So there's just one more thing that we are going to do, and that is to add some text here. So grab the type tool and just hit here, and then I'm going to write we are launching soon. Sorry, we are launching soon. Then I'm going to change the weight because this is too much. I'm going to try lights. Let's see. I'm going to change the width. Lights. I think that's too light. Let's try like regular. Okay, regular is fine. Then I'm going to hold down the Alt key and just like this. I'm going to position it around here. I'm still going to make it smaller. Hold down the Alt while dragging. Yeah, somewhere like this. Okay, and I'll hit Ctrl T for the transform tool. Then I'm going to right click my mouse button, and you can see different this thing here. You can see different options here which you can use, right? So I'm going to use skew. So I'm just going to skew this and keep it like this. Then hit OK. So yeah, this is what we have here. So what is going to happen is while this text is selected, go over to FX below here and we are going to see different options. So we are just going to choose bevel and emboss. Now as you can see, I already have some settings here. As you can see, immediately I hit that bevel and emboss, you can see this. So these are the settings which I have here. The style is emboss, the technique is chisel soft, the depth is 499, direction up, size, you can see that, soften. So yeah, you can copy this or just play around with your own, whichever way you like it. So here are the settings already. I'm just going to click OK, and this is what we have right here. All right, so that's almost it. I'm just going to grab my brush tool, and I already have a preset brush which is the name of my brand. So I'm going to create another layer above, and as you can see my brush here. This is a brush. If you want to know how I did this, you can drop it in the comment section. So I'm just going to use the bracket button to reduce the distance here. So I'm going to click it, put it somewhere here and click. As you can see, I already inserted my brand name with just one click. All right, so that's it for today's tutorial, guys. Creating 3D web flyer in Photoshop. And like I said already, if you want to know how to create this on smartphone using Pixel Lab, I already did a video on that, so you can check in the videos tab and you'll be able to find this same video on how to replicate it on your smartphone. Alright guys, thank you for staying with me, and if you have not subscribed until now, make sure to hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next time. Alright.